Now you put your hand together, I'm sure Tempest will go.
favorite song for you, Jolly Roger. Oh, the sun comes up on the Spanish Sea, our homeland far behind us, being hunted by the King's Navy. It's sure it never find us. Pull away, me lads, to the Cardiff Rose and hoist the Jolly Roger. Oh, we brought her into the lurid wind and made for the Caribbean. Our thoughts of what it might have been destroys a human being. Our thoughts about the Spanish go and learning to desire it, and make a man so brash and bold he'll soon become a pirate. Away, me lads, to the Cardiff Rose and hoist the Jolly Roger. Now a gleam came into the captain's eye as he spied an English clipper. She looks the perfect shape and size, let's off a boat and strip her. Oh, we fired a shot across the bow and eased ourselves beside her. We not been as close as she allowed, we swung from the deck to ride her. Away, me lads, to the Cardiff Rose and hoist the Jolly Roger. Up she tumbles and starts to pitch and signals for assistance. We tighten our hold, another hitch, and then let her assistance. Now there's many a day on the Spanish Sea I served the boat at Raider, but we never did nothing more beautifully than the way that we belayed her. Away, me lads, to the Cardiff Rose and hoist the Jolly Roger. Her hold was hard as St. Elmo's fire, her chest was filled with treasure. We took as much as we'd require and took more for our pleasure. Now there's many a day on the Spanish Main, but none I hold so dear as the happy day I first became a scurvy buccaneer. A scurvy buccaneer, baby lads, but a Cardiff Rose hoist the Jolly Roger. Cardiff Rose and hoist the Jolly Roger. Away, me lads, to the Cardiff Rose and hoist the Jolly Roger. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's lovely to be back in St. Louis. That was a couple of songs from our brand new album, Going Home, the first two tracks on the album. And of course, Jolly Roger is our lead-off video from the record as well. Anybody seen the YouTube video, Jolly Roger? You should check it out. We had a lot of fun making that one. Now we're going to play a song for you of 30 little turns, and this is a traditional song, but it's also an anti-war song. It's called Hi Germany, and being an anti-war song, we'll dedicate it to the people of Ukraine.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Polly, love, oh Polly, the road has now begun, and we must march away to the beating of the drum. But dress yourself in all your best and come along with me, and I'll take you to the cruel wars in high Germany. I'll buy for you a horse, my love, on it you will ride, and all of my delight shall be riding by your side. We'll stop at every alehouse and drink while we are dry. Go quickly on the road, my love, and marry by and by. Willie, oh Willie, now mind what I do say. My feet, they are so tired, I cannot go away. Besides, my dearest Willie, I am the child by thee, now fit for the cruel wars in high Germany. So when your baby is born and dancing on your knee, you will think of lovely Willie in high Germany. Cursed be the cruel boys wherever they begun, for they oppress my Willie and many a clever man. They oppress my Willie like twice my brother's three, and sent them to the cruel boys in high Germany. Diddle up, diddle up, diddle up. Diddle up, Righty, here's another one from the new album. This is a song that was written inspired by a traditional song called The Knight and the Shepherd's Daughter. Basically new music and then fragments from different versions of the original Knight and Shepherd's Daughter, which there's like about 120 last time I counted. So this is a fusion of all those, and it's off the new album, and we're going to do it for you now, and we hope you like it. The shepherd's daughter, tending sheep upon the hillow, of roving blade came riding by, swore he'd have his will. If you should have your will of me, pray tell to me your name, oh, so when your baby it is born, I might call him the same. Some they call me Johnny said, and some they call me Jacko, but when I'm in the king's high court, they call me one of the knights. He mounted on his white steed and away from herded rider. He lifted up the petticoat, ran close by his side. He rode and came to the riverside, pulling a belly and swam up. When she came to the other side, she took her heels and ran. He ran and came to the king's court, pulled the ring out. And then the king himself, he rose to let her in. What brings you here, my pretty maid? What brings you here to see you? The other night, in your very young court, each day has robbed me. What has he robbed of you from me? Has he stolen all you feel? He's robbed me of me maid and that my mother gave to me. If he'd been a married man, then hanging he shall be, oh. If he'd been a single man, his body I'll give to thee. So he called out to his merry men by one, by two, and three, oh. But William was the foremost man, the very same man was he. Hey! Pull out a handful of gold and put it on the glove. Take this, me pretty maid, go seek for another true love. Oh, I won't have any other gold, nor any of your fee, oh, but I will take your sweet body, the king has granted me. What's she upon another road? Through the bugle round his neck and together they rode away. They rode around the king's highway like sister and like brother, oh. The very next town that they come to, the wedding bells would ring. Hey! So that was a love song. It had a shepherd's daughter. It had a knight, but no barn. We're going to do another kind of a love song for you next, also off the new album. And this is a love song to a vampire. And it's kind of like it's spooky and dark in here tonight. All right, folks, Dark Lover. Patient and silent she waits for the night, waits for the hours of daylight to end, waits for the whisper of words on the wind, waits for the touch of a lover and a friend. Dressed in black from the shadows he comes, pale as a star with a night in his eyes, clouded in mystery, followed by fear, haunted by horror and haunted by lies. Passion come close in the midst of the night, darkness is framed by desire, shadows of eyes filled with longing and pain. Love wears a death mask and life is a liar. Now she is caught in the shadow embrace, taking no more than she wishes to give. Love of her soul and her friend might endure, wine of a life that a lover might live. Drowning in pleasure that well nigh is vain, lost in the depth of his hunger and need, resting her life and her soul in his hands. This is the truest surrender indeed. Passion come close in the midst of the night, darkness is framed by desire, shadows of eyes filled with longing and pain. Love wears a death mask and life is a liar. Shadows are dying and now she stands alone. Night is withdrawing, another is gone. Weeping she waits for the wings of the night, painting the sunlight, despising the dawn. Passion come close in the midst of the night, darkness is framed by desire, shadows of eyes filled with longing and pain. Love wears a death mask and life is a liar. Passion come close in the midst of the night, darkness is framed by desire, shadows of eyes filled with longing and pain. Love wears a death mask and life is a liar.
Thank you so much. This next song is an old English folk ballad, child ballad number 278. One of the child ballads. It's about a farmer somewhere in Essex who the devil comes to visit him on his farm, and he says, "I have come to take one of your family." He doesn't really mention that he has any other family other than his wife. So, how about your wife? And, you know, I hear she's a piece of work, because she is, totally. And the farmer says, "Yes, please." And, please get rid of her for me. And the devil takes her, he puts her on his back, and goes all the way down to hell, and she doesn't get on, because the other demons down there are, they have their own way of doing things, their own protocol, and she's not very respectful, and she's pretty violent with all of them, and eventually they all take a unanimous vote to put her back up to earth, because she can't get along in hell. So that's what the devil has to do, and he brings her back to the farmer and says, we just can't, you do it. It's called The Devil and the Farmer. on our new album.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Take it with all of my heart. I hope that you never shall part. Say what can I lickety melody. Most of my life, I never knew how to like that with your wife. So it shows the women do better than men. They go to hell and get sent back again. So what can they Corby Wells, everyone. All right, now we're going to do song number 10, the last song on side 1 of the new CD. And for those of you who are new to CDs, they only have one side. Don't try to play the other side. But you can use it as a mirror. All right, folks, this is a Norwegian song for you. We're going to sing it in Norwegian, and it's about a fellow called Paul. And his job was to look after the chickens in the hen house. But he failed miserably when the fox came along and chased the chickens over the hills. Paul ran after, tried to get hold of the fox, threw rocks at the fox. He shouldn't throw rocks at foxes, you know. And the fox got away, and so did the chickens. And Paul had a hard time with the whole thing and went back to his mom, and he cried a little bit. So folks, this kind of is a sad song when it comes to Paul, but it's a happy song because all the animals survived and now they're happy. All right? And the chickens in Norway, they go cluck, cluck, cluck. Cluck, cluck, cluck. They do that in St. Louis as well. All right. Okay, we'll do it. Here we go. Paul Sinne.
Sine høne på haugen i kjøttet, høna så lett over haugene sprang. Folk kunne vel med høna fornemme, reven var ute med rumpa så lang. Klukk, 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 sa høna på haugen. Klukk, 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 sa høna på haugen. På han sprang og regnet med auga, nå tør jeg ikke komme heima til mor. Hei! Og han gikk særlig lenge på haugen, fikk han så reven opp av høna og gno. Og han tok seg stein ut i neven, tydelig han da i reven slo. Reven flau, så råva han triste, reven flau, så råva han triste. Og han grep på høna han miste, nå tør jeg ikke komme heima til mor. Hei! Sine høne på haugen slepte, høna så lett over haugen sprang. Og kunne vel med høna fornemme, reven var ute med rumpa så lang. Klokk, 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 sa høna på haugen. Klokk, 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 sa høna på haugen. På hans ned og regne med auga, nå tør jeg ikke komme heima til mor.
Thank you, thank you. All right. right. We'll do a couple of epic songs for you here. Do you know our definition of epic? It means they're long. We're going to do 2 epic songs, so we'll take an intermission around midnight. Just kidding, okay? We need to have a break. We don't call it intermission, we call it a merchandising opportunity. Which reminds me, Hugh, our new bass player here, before the show started, he went to the Tempest Megastore, and what did you get, Hugh? He got a Tempest shirt, and it's got a tour schedule on the back, and we're looking down here, and what is it? March 26th, St. Louis, Missouri, the focal point. Wow, check it out, Medekity. You can get one of those yourselves, too. They're going fast, though. So, anyway, we're going to do Eppie Murray, and then we're going to do the Wizard's Walk. And these are, I believe, of our album that we released during COVID. We released 2 limited edition CDs, and this is one of them. It's the soundtrack to our live stream from Soundtech Studio. The lockdown sessions, Eppie Murray and the Wizard's Walk. We hope you enjoy these. And if not, well, tough shit, they're really long. All right.
Highlandmen come from the Curran side to carry away Eppie Murray, for she would not prove a bride, she would not be a bride. Out came a mother, for it was a moonlit night. She could not see her daughter, for the moon is shone so bright, moon is shone so bright. All the way from me, mother, all the way from me, there's not a man in all this land shall marry me with me, shall marry me with me. They've taken Eppie Murray and a horse they've on their run, and they have rid to a minister's house, past the horse could run, past the horse could run. And when he's taken his pistol out, said it to the minister's breast, marry me, minister, or else I'll be a priest, else I'll be a priest. Hey! Get away from me, Willie, get away from me. I'm not about to marry you unless she's willing as thee, unless she's willing as thee. They've taken Eppie Murray down, she better could not be, and they are rid of a cairn sight. Past the swords could flee, past the swords could flee. Past the singing bells were rung, they went off to bed. Willie and Eppie Murray, one but they will live, one but they will live. He's taken a sack from off his back, kicked away his shoes, and thrown away the chamber key. Make it easy, lay down, make it easy, lay down. Get away from me, Willie, get away from me, before I lose my maidenhead. I try my strength with thee, I try my strength with thee. He's kissed her on the lily breast, on the shoulder still, and I she grat and I she spat. Turn it to the wall, turn it to the wall. Through the night I wrestled there, till the light of day. And when he grat, and when he swat, when he would not stretch his space, would not stretch his space. Weary for you, Willie, then, you could not prove a man. If you gain her maidenhead, she would have held your hand, she would have held your hand. Go away from me, lady, get away from me. I'm not a man in all this land
shall marry, be with me, shall marry, be with me. Go fetch me a horse, fetch it like a man, send me back to my mother, a maiden as I came, a maiden as I came. take a short break, but we'll be back with lots more music. So don't go away. We didn't leave when you came.
Let's hear it. Tempest.
Thank you. You're very kind. And good looking. And well dressed. But we can't see you. All right, so here's a song called Hjemreise. We're going to sing it in Norwegian. And Hjemreise means going home. And it's going home from the cabin on the cover of the album called Going Home. So for those kind people that bought our record during the intermission, this is especially for you. All right, and the rest of you as well. So here we go. Alle sammen skal vi fare hjem fra seteren her og nå. Pakke sekken, låse døra, til farvel så skal vi gå. 3 skritt frem og 2 tilbake, si farvel til folk og fe. Alle sammen skal vi reise hjem fra fjellet 1, 2, 3. Gamle mor med hår som skyer, kjerne slør og synger trøst. Løken bordet, dekket spruter, store steiner lager fisk. Rømmer elg og fisk i vannet, reven ligger i sitt skip. Råtte troll, svarte kølpen, kvelden kommer her er vi. Kjølig bris og kalde bøtter, da på stemme, hatt og pratt. Litt fra nord og regn på taket, sammen satt vi ned og drakk. Kaffe, te og pannekake, ingenting er mer enn det. Peisen brenner, lyset gleder, hus på stuen for oss tre. Og vi skal gå så lett i sammen, hoppe over stakk og stein. Lukken mørker som en vei, selv om det blir spådd litt regn. Sammen gjelder elg og hare, ulven i sitt varge hi. Natten bringer ro og hvile, alle sorger er forbi. Thank you so much. So that was a song in Norwegian, and now we're going to present you with a song in Swedish. How do you like it so far? And it's great because Lee's got a handle on that Swedish stuff.
Thank you. This next song is an old Swedish folk ballad, and actually this song, there are many versions of it throughout the British Isles, Ireland, Scotland, Scandinavia, the Americas. It had traveled across the ocean. It's the same story. It's about two sisters, and the older one pushes the younger one in the river because she's jealous. And the younger sister tries to reason with her as she's drowning, and she says, "I'll give you my fiance." And then the older sister says, "Well, I'm gonna get him anyway." And she doesn't care. I mean, she is. Her sister's in the river. So she lets her sister drown, and she sinks and swims and sinks, and she finally drowns, and then she ends up on a bank and decomposes down to her bones, because the next thing that happens is a harp player. In some versions of the story it's a fiddler, but in this version, and other versions as well, it's a harp player. He finds her bones and decides, this will make a really good harp. So he takes her golden hair and makes harp strings out of it, and he takes her finger bones and makes pegs for tuning. And then he takes her breastbone, I guess that means the ribs, because we have more than one breastbone. Anyway, he makes a harp out of that. So it looks really cool. And it can play by itself. So then he takes this human harp to the wedding of the sister who had originally murdered her. And as soon as the harp plays on its own, everybody knows this cruel sister is a murderer. And at the end of the song, the translation is, on Sunday she's getting married, and on Monday she burns in ashes and death. She gets burned at the stake and dies.
And this is a true story about two sisters.
It's called De Två Systrarna. It's on our new album.
And coincidentally, it's also on another new album that we released as a fundraiser during COVID. We took a lot of past radio performances over 25 years and compiled it on a limited edition CD. And we did a version of Two Sisters for WYSO somewhere in Yellow Springs, Ohio, 22 years ago. And that's on there. It's called Two Sisters. The English version, where the oldest sister got boiled in lead. So anyway. But of course this version is sung by Lee, and it's featured on a brand new CD, and it goes like this.
Var vid
Well, that instrumental tune at the end was a Swedish wedding march from Dalarna in Sweden. And we're going to do another Scandinavian instrumental piece for you next. This one I accidentally nicked from the Norwegian National Library sometime back in the last century. Actually, it was by accident. Borrowed it to learn the tune and then forgot about it, and then, 30, 40 years later, we found the manuscript right before we recorded the new album. So here it is, and we call this one The Optimist. It's a happy little tune, and if you know how to dance schottisch, you can dance it in your head or in the middle aisle right here. Here we go. Well, it's good to play live again, and it's good to be back in St. Louis. It's been 3 years since we were at the Focal Point. We had a spring tour booked for 2020. Of course, it got cancelled, as you were aware of. There was some sort of a pandemic going on at the time. And we couldn't play live, but we went into the studio we record at and did a couple of live streams that summer. And we put it out on a limited edition CD called Live at Soundtech Studios, the Lockdown Sessions. Did anybody order one online? All right, you did, Patrick. Good to see you, man. How are you? Anyway, we figured if some of you missed out on that, we brought a few with us. It's on our table here tonight. And we're going to do a couple of the songs that we recorded on the live stream. The first one is a song called the Moving On Song, a song about the traveling people. And then we're going to go into a set of instrumental tunes. 3 original polkas and a polka from Finland at the end. Now you're aware of Finland, aren't you? Yeah, you know that's where the Finnish are. Yeah, and you know they speak Finnish, right? And it's that little town, you know, just north of St. Louis, Missouri, isn't it? Finland, yeah. And this tune is called Sekijärven Polka, which of course is the St. Louis polka in Finnish. So, are you ready? All right, we'll kick it off with a Moving On song. The big tramline shook my head. You can't stay here, the policeman said. Better get born someplace else. Move along, get along, move along, get along, go, move. Born in the paddy lifting time in an old horse stamped by touchy field. The farmer said the work's all done. Time that you'll be moving on. Better get born someplace else. Move along, get along, move along, get along, go, move. Born on a common by a building site. Round was erupted by a trail of wheels. The local people said to me, you lower the price of property. You better get born in someplace else. Move along, get along, move along, get along, go, move. At the back of a blackthorn hedge, white horse rustling all around. No eastern kings came bearing gifts. Instead, the order came to shift. Better get born in someplace else. Move along, get along, move along, get along, go, move, ship. The sky was full of stars, one shone brighter than the rest. The wise men came so stern and strict, brought the orders to the neck. Better get born in someplace else. Move along, get along, move along, get along, go, move, ship. I can tread that trail of bone last month, last year, in far off days. Born here or 1,000 miles away, there's only men there by whole sight. You better get born in someplace else. Move along, get along, move along, get along, go, move, ship. Go, move, ship. Go, move, ship.
you're a dancer. All right, focal points. You got golden voices. We know it. So you got to sing along on this one. This is a song about my wife's grandmother's ironing lady in Mississippi. We made her famous with a song, folks. It's called Madeline Jones. And she had meat on her bones. And you got to sing on the chorus. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Oh, Madeline Jones. Okay, it goes like, oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones, oh, Madeline Jones. So you go, yeah, I know, but does it have a melody? Because if you want to sing along, it better have a melody, okay? It's not a rap song, is it? No, it goes like this. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. Now you try it. Come on, vocal point. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. Try it again. Come on, everybody. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. We're going to keep doing this, so keep singing. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. Try it by yourself now.
Dark open cotton left drying in the wind. The love of a big-heart woman that dying doesn't end. Voices raised up in the air beyond the hopeful road. Lady would stop with you where you trove. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. Girl in the stone-cold basement, shining in the light. Stories through the iron stream, the cotton smooth and white. Planted in those sea trees, the cherries of the giant. For all I know, they grow there still and wild. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. Now from a weary distance, I see you in my dreams. Sound of a train so lonesome, another life it seems. Mr. Rod is selling cans around the bend from God. I lose my place, you just think I'm odd. Fiddle! By the river where the homestead used to be. All the roads were named for them, the 7 kids and me. Shadows in the shotgun house is always cool and dark. In the windows song of meadowlark. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. decades later when they laid her down to rest. Dark eyes turned to opal and looking to the west. The bookmark displays the sky above the Williamson place. Generations since they saw your face. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. Oh, Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones. Oh.
Time, folks.
Madeline Jones, you got meat on your bones. Madeline Jones.
Give yourselves a big hand, ladies.
Alrighty, we got a special request. We got an honor because it comes from our great friend David Stein, who was promoting our show here this evening. Let's hear it for David Stein, everybody. And the way he requests this song is he goes, "Can I have a request?" Well, you know what it is. No, the one I always request. Oh, that one. Okay. So this one, folks, it's about a farmer and a crow. It's a Norwegian farmer, of course. And where does he go? Deep into a Norwegian wood, and there he sees a big, scary, ugly, huge Norwegian crow sitting on top of a tree. He thinks to himself, "Gee whiz, I wonder if this crow is going to kill me." So he gets his bow and his arrow out, and he aims at the crow. He shoots down the crow, and the crow falls to the ground. Stone dead. And then he gets all his horses out, and then he drags the crow into his barn floor. And there, ladies and gentlemen, he starts to make use of the crow. First, he pulls out all the intestines of the crow. And he's able to make a rope. Good, solid crow rope. And he takes the eyes out of the crow. And he makes window glasses for his living room. And he takes the neck of the crow and he puts it right on top of church to for decoration, yeah, to impress his neighbors for Sunday Mass. And then he takes the beak of the crow and he makes a big horn and he uses that horn to call in the animals at night. And when there's nothing left to make use of, he immigrates to America. And this is a true story about a farmer and a crow. And the song is called Bonden og Kråka, in case you feel like singing along. If not, will you please clap along? Og mannen han gikk seg i vei av skog, og hei fara i vei av skog. Så var det en kråk i lunden som god, hei fara. Og han tenkte med sjølve seg, hei fara med sjølve seg, og trodde den kråka vil drepe meg, hei fara. Så skal han føre sin båge for kne, og hei fara sin båge for kne, så skal han kråka så huda med, hei fara. Så skal han føre de kålene tolv, og hei fara de kålene tolv, noen med kråka på lovegård, hei fara. Han soveglas, og hei fara, og soveglas. Hakken den sett på kyrka til stas. Hei fara, ram-tere-tere-ram-tere. Mennene brukte i tutarhåna, hei fara til tutarhån. Mennene brukte i malakorn, hei fara, ram-tere-tere-ram-tere. Helga så lagde han soveglas, hei fara, soveglas. Nakkene sett på kyrka til stas. Hei fara, ram-tere-tere-ram-tere. Jepp! Da som det ikke var mer å ta, så hei fara var mer å ta. Drog denne kar til Amerika, hei fara, ram-tere-tere-ram-tere. our good friend David Stein. Now we're going to do one for the rest of you guys. Another audience participation. We're going to do a song called Buffalo Jump, and each time you jump, you sing Buffalo. No, that's wrong, man. Each time we sing Buffalo Jump, you jump. Can you do it? If you really want to participate, you get out of your seat and you jump when we sing Buffalo Jump. If you're more of a lazy sort of St. Louis type of person, then you can just jump in your seats. All right? And if you're an absolutely fuddy-dud St. Louis person, or for other reasons you don't feel like it, just jump in your head. Okay. So let's see who is who. Buffalo Jump! There's some people in the back that is actually getting up. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get up, everybody, and let's do the Buffalo Jump. Here we go. Buffalo Jump. Buffalo Jump. You know what to do. We need some tribal drums, so take them on and off. So this is a song about the Cree Indians and when they used to hunt the buffalo. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a father's son. We live by the great bull. See me, I'm the wild one. This morning we are ready. Show the buffalo our knives. By the red of sunset, we have relieved them of their lives. Buffalo jump, beat the thunder. Buffalo jump, cross the plains. Buffalo jump, kill the hunger, crashing over the cliffs of pain. The beast has well been gathered, we could have had 1,000 more. Run to the edge, tumble out your dead stock door, and the blood will flow like water, priest and leech ancient bones. Revive this dusty land, which our seeds of life are sown. Buffalo jump, beat the thunder. Buffalo jump, cross the plains. Buffalo jump, kill the hunger, crashing over the cliffs of pain. I am the strongest of us all. I'll stand by the river's edge, watch the great black waterfall. A child of the great Cree nation. See me, I'm a father's son. We live by the great bull. See me, I'm the wild one. Buffalo jump, beat the thunder. Buffalo jump, cross the plains. Buffalo jump, kill the hunger, crashing over the cliffs of pain. Buffalo jump, beat the thunder. Buffalo jump, cross the plains. Buffalo jump, kill the hunger, crashing over the cliffs of pain. Buffalo jump, beat the thunder. Buffalo jump, cross the plains. Buffalo jump, kill the hunger, crashing over the cliffs of pain. right, folks, this is our last tune. So we want everybody out of their seats. Come on, you can do it. It's Saturday night. It's party time at the focal point. Everybody get out of your seats. Get those hands going. Everybody, come on. And move a little bit closer to the stage so we can see you. It's so dark out there. Come on. Come a lot closer to the stage and get their hands going. Are we going to introduce the band to you? But before we do, let's have a big hand for Eric Stein for doing the sound tonight. Let's hear for Eric, everybody. Let's hear for David Stein for having Tempest back at the focal point. David Stein. Last but not least, all the volunteers. Yeah! It's time for us to introduce the band, but after the show, come up to our table and introduce yourselves to the band. We'd love to sign CDs for you, and don't forget to sign our mailing list. That way you'll find out when we'll be back in town. All right, folks. One of our original members, all the way from Havana, Cuba. Let's have a big St. Louis hand for Adolfo Lazo! And the newcomer of the band, folks, he's from your neck of the wood. He's from, like, Detroit, Michigan area, just up the street from here, ladies and gentlemen. On bass guitar, give it up for Hugh Kelly!
And all the way from Oslo, Norway, on lead vocals and electric double neck mandolin, our lead singer, Lief Sorbye.
Thank you. All the way from Bulgaria on lead guitar, give it up for Nikolai Georgiev. Let's not forget the fiddle player and the singer from San Francisco, Lee Corby Wells. All right, let's get those hands going. We want to hear those hands. And come a little bit closer to the stage, everybody, so we can see you. This is the last tune. We want to hear those hands. Come on, come on. Come on, everybody. Come a little bit closer. Get those hands going. You can do it. Come on, St. Louis. We want to hear those hands. We want to hear them now. All right, that's fantastic. We want to hear them now. That's beautiful. And on the count to 4, make some noise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's so good. On the count to 4, let's make some big noise, okay? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you have one more in you. This time we're gonna lift the ceiling. Fill your lungs, everybody. This is the one that counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.
You want to hear one more? Well, we got something special for you, so keep standing up, come a little bit closer. This is a very soft little song. I'm going to whisper it to you, okay? There's a very, very special occasion here. So let's see if you can get the band back up on stage. All right. You know, this is a very, very special celebration tonight for Bill Wise. Is he still with us? Bill Wise, are you out there, man? Bill Wise, where are you? Okay, Bill, we want you to come up here. We got something for you. Come on, Bill. Okay, put your hands together now for Bill Wise. And in exactly an hour and a half, he's going to turn 68. Come up front here. Come on, don't be shy. Let's say, here's Bill, everybody. And you know, the thing about Bill, he's a huge Beatles fan. Is that correct, Bill? And we got requested to do Beatles song, and at first, now we can't do that. And they go, of course we can do that. It's Bill Wise's birthday celebration, okay? So we're going to do a Norwegian Beatles song for you. All right? We hope you enjoy this one. No, that's a Norwegian Beatles song, and you can take your wife spinning on the walls on this one. But be aware, it's going to break into a jig as well, okay? Are you guys ready? Yeah. I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her road, isn't it good, Norwegian road. She asked me to stay, and she told me to step anywhere.
there wasn't a chair. I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking a wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. Told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. Told her I didn't, I crawled off to sleep in the back. One night alone, I was alone, whispered and thought. So I lit a fire, isn't it good, Norwegian wood? Folks, we're going to do one more jig for you. Are you ready for one more jig out there? Are you ready for one more jig out there? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We'll see you next time.